Hi, my name is Dr. Pat Progar, and I'm the Chief Clinical Officer here at Brett Denovi & Associates. With apologies to my good friends Simon and Garfunkel and their classic The Sound of Silence, today's conversation, entitled Hello Extinction, My Old Friend, will focus on extinction as a natural process. If you enjoy the talk today, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel so that we can help disseminate the science of applied behavior analysis. Extinction, and to an even greater extent punishment, have come under increased scrutiny over the past few years. Some behavior analysts have even posted on social media that they don't use extinction or would throw someone out of their house if they use extinction with their children. While I'm not entirely clear on the motivating operations behind these statements, I will try to convince you that not only is extinction a completely acceptable technique if used appropriately, but it is pervasive in our natural environments. And even if you choose not to use extinction with your own child or in your own practice, I guarantee you that others will. Catania, in his classic book Learning, defines operant extinction as the discontinuation of reinforcement that was previously contingent on behavior. Respondent extinction, also known as Pavlovian conditioning, is defined as when a conditional stimulus, or CS, is repeatedly presented without the unconditional stimulus, the US, which eventually leads to the diminishing of the conditional response, the CR. How about some quick examples of each of these? For operant extinction, it could involve no longer providing attention to a child who uses bad language. For example, when my daughter was 2 or 3, I was driving her to preschool and the traffic light turned red in front of us. From the back seat, this quiet little voice said, "Oh shit." I did not react at all, proceeded through the light when it turned green, and a few minutes later I said, "Why did you say 'oh shit' at the light?" She said, "That's what mommy says when the light turns red." I made some neutral comment like, "Oh, got it," and switched the topic. I did talk with my wife later that night though. For respondent extinction, how about the taste aversion literature? If you've ever eaten something, gotten food poisoning or a GI bug, we tend to associate whatever we ate with a feeling of nausea. For many of us, we'll avoid that food or alcoholic beverage, for some of us, for some period of time. But as time goes on, and we see or smell the food or drink without becoming sick, extinction occurs, and we will resume eating that food or drinking that beverage. One more example of respondent extinction. John Brodus Watson of Little Albert fame moved on to a career in marketing after he lost his faculty position at Johns Hopkins University. He made a career out of pairing attractive people with various commercial products. Pairing the product with someone who is physically attractive is an example of pairing a US with a CS. Do you want more examples? What do you do when you leave your house or apartment, close the door behind you, and realize you don't have your keys? If you're like me, you try the door handle, search through pockets, etc. But at some point, despite your responding, your keys are not to be found. Do you keep searching, or do you try something different, such as try windows, call a roommate, or a locksmith? If you do the latter, then you are engaging in extinction-induced variability. That's a good thing. A second example, there's a dream job out there for you and you apply and even get an interview, but then you are informed that while you are a very strong candidate, the position went to someone else. Do you keep sending letters to the same organization, or do you broaden your search? Again, something called extinction-induced variability. Extinction is commonly used in our field. If you've ever used shaping to increase a response, you've used extinction. By definition, you reinforce some responses, place others on extinction. Are you trying to decrease problem behavior? If so, more often than not, you will start off with differential reinforcement of alternative behavior, which is often combined with extinction. See the article by Tim Vollmer et al. In JABA 2020 on whether differential reinforcement always includes extinction or not. Extinction is also commonly used in a number of psychotherapies, such as systematic desensitization, exposure therapy, and even ACT will make use of extinction processes. To summarize, extinction is not by itself either a good thing or a bad thing. So what is it? It's part of our natural world, and organisms sensitive to extinction are more likely to thrive and survive. It's an important tool in our behavioral repertoire and is often an essential component of both skill acquisition and behavior reduction goals. Don't let people tell you that extinction is bad. In our next segment, we'll further explore the benefits of using extinction as well as potential pitfalls when extinction is used. We'll talk about when to use extinction and when not to use extinction, and we'll make sure to discuss how extinction should always be linked to the function of the behavior to be extinguished. Thank you for viewing, and if you enjoyed this presentation, please like, share, and subscribe, and help us disseminate the science of behavior analysis. Thank you.